Hey family, it's Marv, onerepataTime.net with a quick exercise tutorial for the reverse crunch. I'm going to show you body weight and a added resistance way to do this exercise. Now with all of our tutorial videos, I strongly encourage you to watch it at least once so I go through the setup, coaching points, mental cues, tips, tricks, all that good stuff. And then if you want, we could do a warm-up set with me in your ear, so to speak. But really, once you watch this video, you're going to kind of see what to do specifically, and then it's just getting some practice. So when we do the reverse crunch, let me show you what it is real quickly. Is hands are out to our sides, we're pressing down. You're trying to keep your head pressed against the ground. You're going to bring your legs up, and you're curling your pelvis off the ground. So the main thing is, if you watch our other like core videos, you know, our Roman chariot or decline sit up or all that stuff, we talked about having 2 points where you actually have to curl your spine to engage your abdominals, so it's not just hip flexor. So you, back then you did, you know, top down, right, with a kneeling cable crunch. You did base of your sternum down to your belly button. Well, we're reversing that. I want you to picture bringing your belly button up to your sternum, so it's that bottom up movement. And another thing I want you to do is don't lead with your knees, right? As soon as I lead with my legs, I'm really turning this into a hip flexor exercise. I want you to try to pull your belly button up from your core. So it's gonna take some practice, but don't think lead with my knees, think lead with my core. So I'm squeezing, I'm trying to shorten my belly button up to my sternum and shorten that, and then you breathe out as you come up, and your tailbone has to curl up. Your pelvis has to curl up off the ground to engage your abs. Otherwise, it's just a hip flexor exercise. So we come down, hands are planted firmly on the ground, get my head back against the ground, bring them up. I'm not leading with my knees, I'm leading with my abs. So meaning I'm trying to curl up from leading belly button up and breathing out. Coming down and up. Down and up. Think belly button to your sternum. Shorten with your core, not with your knees. Lead with your core. My head came off that ground to leverage, so do your best to keep it down. It might come up a little bit, but your pelvis, your tailbone has to curl off the ground, and that's how we do the body weight version. Now at a certain point, we're going to want to add resistance to essentially all of your core ab exercises. Don't only fall into the trap of body weight only. We don't train any other muscle in the group like that. Our core needs to be trained just like every other muscle to build strength and power and to actually build the size of your abdominals. So adding resistance is going to have to happen at a period of time. Now I have these little ankle straps attached to a cable machine, which most gyms have these days. If you're somebody who works out at home or your gym doesn't have these, you could use a resistance band, just anchor it around something sturdy, loop it around your feet and go from there. But nothing else changes. Just know that when you start to add weight, start slow. Make sure you're still pulling from your core, not leading with the knees. The second you start leading with your knees because you go too heavy, it's turning into a hip flexor exercise. We're not getting that lower ab engagement that we want. And remember, we're trying to get the lower abs to fire, which are either going to be fired with heels to the heavens or, you know, hanging leg raises. Some people aren't comfortable doing hanging leg raises or they're not strong enough. This is a great introduction to that. So everything else is the same. It's just the main thing is how are you going to add resistance. Again, I'm using the cable, so down, I bring them up. I'm not leading with my knees. I'm leading from way down here. So I'm curling my belly button up to my sternum, shortening that distance. I'm breathing out. I'm curling my tailbone off the ground. Okay? And that is how you do a reverse crunch, 1 rep at a time.